we was in college, and we were taking one of our courses was a statistics class, and first day of statistics, she sat in the front row.
Mm-hmm.
I sat in the third row in the corner, and you think I was,
Yeah, go ahead.
so I looked around the room, and I saw her, and I thought she looked okay.
No, wait, do you mean okay like cute or okay like you just died?
Like cute, okay.
Oh, okay.
Can I finish this one?
Alright, go ahead.
So anyway, before I was really interrupted, what happened was after class she was filming me, of course. So she asked me what my name was and everything. So I told her to chill and all that.
No, you didn't. Don't front.
Yeah, so I told her to chill, I asked her how she was doing. She said, I'm fine, whatever. I was on my way to my next class. Her class on the other side of campus, but she decided to walk with me all the way out her way because she was feeling me, of course.
No, what really happened was we did go to the statistics together, and then I looked around the classroom. He was in the cut. I saw him first, and then I was like, oh, alright, he kind of cute. So I was going to listen, like I was going to pay attention in class, so that because the teacher was making everybody go around and say their name and like what year they were and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, alright, well I'm gonna listen so that I can hear what he's saying. And for some reason, I guess I was talking too much to my neighbor, but I missed what he was saying. So I was like, alright. So I asked my friend, I was like, what he say his name was? He was like, I think he said his name was Aaron. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna catch up with him after class. So after class, we walking back to campus. I'm walking behind Aaron. Aaron's walking all the way in front. I was like, excuse me. And he turns around. I was like, is your name Aaron? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, where you from? That's how I found out where you were from. You was like, I'm from Albany. I was like, all right. And it was like pulling teeth to get him to talk to me. And so I was like, all right. So we all three of us finished walking back to campus together. And that was it. That was the first time. And then that became like a little ritual that we always walk back to campus together after class. And yes, it was out of my way some days, but I wasn't going to another class. I was going back to my dorm.
Yeah, so long story short, she really feeling me, so she went out of her way to introduce herself to me.
First, it was like the first couple of weeks, I was a little persistent, like always trying to talk to you, always trying to hang out with you. And then I was in a fashion show, and I asked Aaron if he could come out to see me at the fashion show, because I was like, okay, like we've been talking, we had 2 classes together, and we always sit next to each other and we conversed and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, I think he kind of liked me, so I'm gonna invite him to this fashion show. And he looked at me, squared my eyes, and was like, no. And I was like, what? And he didn't give me any explanation as to why he wasn't coming. He just told me that he didn't want to come. Whatever. And so from that day forward, I was like, all right, well, maybe he don't like me the way that I like him, so I'm gonna just fall back. And that's what I did. And I tried to leave out of class without walking back with him to main campus. And I think I got like, I want to say like 5 or 10 feet away from the door. He come running out the door with his book bag open, books and papers flying everywhere. He was like, Jerry, you not gonna wait for me today?
What really happened was you left without walking with me. We usually wait and walk back together.
Right.
So you just left. So I asked you like, hey, like, you gonna walk with me or, I thought it was weird. So ever since that day, I was persistent one.
Of course.
That's
what I just said. You called me first because you were told to call me. And you didn't even call me when you said you was gonna call me. Somebody gave him my number and she was like, call her tonight. Guess who did not call me that night? This one. He didn't call me for like a whole week until she went back.
A whole week?
Yeah. No, it was like the
next day.
No. It was like 2 days later because I was sick. I was sick when you were supposed to call me. And I was like, it was fine. He didn't call me because I was sick anyway. So his friend come back at him and was like, you need to call her. And so he finally calls me that night.
Because I had to check out my other prospects, still full.
You ain't had no prospects. Nobody started liking him until I started liking him. And that's the truth. The little bitties was flocking after I was like, oh, he cute. It was like, yeah, girl, he is. I said, see, no, let me step in real quick and accept that.
Best memory I have is our first date. You know, it was the first time I actually took somebody to an actual restaurant. You know, and it was a special time. You know,
Special for you.
special for me.
Because I showed you the ropes. I told you.
Giddy, acting shy. She was just stuck. You know? She never experienced
You are so corny. Oh my gosh, you did not say anything on the menu. That's a new thing.
You didn't get whatever you wanted?
I got what I always get when I go to Fridays.
But was it what you wanted?
It's what I always got, which is $10.99. Nothing special.
Why you gotta play me like that?
You trying to play me through some... I wined and dined. I dipped her little napkin on the corners of her mouth for her. I did everything. No, people didn't take me to Wendy's. He took girls to Wendy's.
And they was content with it.
That's fine. They not the ones sitting here recording, are they? Now.
See, I met this bougie one. You know, had to step my game up a little bit, just a little bit. You know, had to do a little restaurant thing. You know. So.
Yep. And I had to show them how to pay and all that, right?
I knew how to pay.
Nope. So my best memory of Aaron is when I was at the hospital because I had some stuff going on in my stomach and I didn't know what was going on, and I had to like stay overnight and get some stuff done. And he was working these long behind shifts, and he still came up to the hospital, and he tried to stay at the hospital. He was like, I'm gonna just sleep in here. I was like, no, you gonna go home and leave me alone. But just like somebody who was willing to work, first off, go to school all the time, work all those hours, and still come up and want to spend like the little bit of free time that he had with me was like my best memory. So I knew he was alright. I was like, oh, alright, maybe I got the alright one. Oh, well, I put my foot down. I was like, I don't date for fun. I'm not wasting my time. And you have 3 years. And if by 3 years I don't have a ring on my finger, then I'm leaving. And by year 3, it wasn't 3 years on a dot, but by our 3rd year, I had a ring on my finger.
Yeah, it was new for me, you know. Met somebody that actually had standards, you know. So I actually had to, you know, put forth that extra effort, you know, make plans and provisions to move forward. I knew like after the first year, I just felt like she wasn't ready yet at that time. So it really was just me waiting to feel like she was ready for the next step.
I agree, 100%. I liked being in a relationship, but I guess I was a little bit afraid of like taking that extra step of commitment, like just because it calls for like trust, and I just wasn't ready to trust as openly as I needed to. And I wouldn't say it took me the entire 3 years of our relationship to build that trust, but after the first year of our relationship, I knew that was something that I needed to work on. And I think by like the 2nd year, I was like, okay, I think he's worth me trying to trust. And then we here. Started from the bottom, and we here. The craziest thing that we argued about is like little stuff. Okay, like I might want ice cream like today, and Aaron would be like, well, I don't got no money. Yes, you do. You got $5 for some ice cream. Like, stop telling me you don't have it. Like, we argue about unimportant stuff right now. Then we're gonna start fighting over finances. Just kidding.
We already fighting that.
Yeah, I need $5 to get ice cream.
When she takes a long time to come out, when I come to pick her up, I tell her hours before, sometimes even a day before, what time to pick her up. And when I get there, I actually call her when like I'm not even nowhere close. Tell her I'm outside because I know she takes long to come out. So I'm thinking maybe she'll be out by the time I get there, pull up. But it never fails. She comes out 10 minutes after I get there and expects me to just be all happy. So we tend to argue at those times. You know.
I'm just saying.
Why does it take that long to...
It takes a while to pick out the right outfit to go with the day, to make sure your hair is nice. You want to look nice for the person you're going to be going out with, right? I think I'm very extroverted. I can be very extroverted. I like to go out, have fun. I like to spend money. And he doesn't. Yeah, he's a hermit crab. He just stays in his shell. He likes to stay home. He don't like to spend money, although he does, but he don't like to. Yeah, but
I like to be a steward of my finances, unlike her. So I'm trying to teach her that. So we kind of balance each other out.
And I'm trying to teach him that going out with people is a great thing. So I get him out, get his little feet wet in the world, show him what restaurants is like, you know, step his game up a little bit. You know, we went from eating at Fridays to going to other places. We don't do chain restaurants no more, right?
That's good.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Yeah.
We don't go out no more. Well, that's because we came for the wedding.
Yeah, she definitely compliments me with her, I would say her communication, like being polite and stuff. Like before I met her, I was just
rude.
In a sense.
No, you were rude.
You know, so she taught me how to be polite and kind when speaking to people. Still learning that, you know. Probably with kids. Told her 2 years. Give me 2 years. Give me 2 years. Working, trying to raise a family, and just continue to grow.
Maybe working in a ministry together at the church.
You gonna be on security?
Yep. And hopefully have our house paid off, or close to being paid off, so we can move in a bigger house.
After that second one, she's going to tap out no more. It's stressful, really stressful, but it definitely teaches
you a lot about the other person and what kind of person they are. I not really found out, but I guess I realized that I'm very antsy under stress. Like, I'm very nitpicky, I'm very annoying, I get frustrated, and I just shut down. I don't like talking. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about nothing. They tell you something good about the house. If it's not nothing good, don't call me. You need something, ask who you need to get answers from. Don't ask me. Yeah. I'm very impatient with people in banks and such. But Aaron's really good. I mean, he gets annoyed and he got frustrated, but his communication was still really good. He was patient. He's very, He's very organized. If he knows he has to get something done, he'll get it done by the day he say he needs it done. I have never had an issue or heard of an issue of Aaron saying he was going to get something done by a certain day and it not happen. Yeah. So that's good, because I'm a procrastinator. I don't get stuff done when I need it done. I ask for extensions and get it done by the last day of the extension.
It's a compliment.
What? What kind of compliment is that?
You procrastinate, I don't. I was mean, you wasn't. You know, we compliment each other. You help me with that, I help you with this.